Hello, everyone, and welcome to the first episode of Trip Down Memory Lane. I am your host, Luke Guilday, and I'm joined by my amazing guest, Bo Holobovich.
Hello.
And this show pretty much is me bringing on some of my very good friends and us just discussing about nostalgia, as it were, and just how it's gotten us here today in this very room, would you believe it? Today, I'll be joining Bo, and we're going to be talking about movies and film. There's obviously a lot that has been made both before we were born and after the fact.
Yeah.
So there is just actively a lot of film out there.
Mm-hmm.
But we're going to go through pretty much a timeline of movies and TV that we've watched from when we were born or our childhood to today. So Bo, the first thing that I want to ask you just to start off with is, what is the first movie or show that you remember watching?
So when I was young, my mom really liked Dora and like Mickey and stuff like that, cause like educational and everything. And I do really like Dora, or I used to at least. It was just a really fun show. Like, it's interactive and everything like that. So I think it's like a really good show for like being young, but also there's very fond memories around it and everything. So.
Yeah, I definitely remember, like, for me, it was definitely like the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse.
Yeah.
Like, that was a big one, but there was always one that, like, I have in recent times talked about it with my mom, and I loved the show when I was little, Max and Ruby.
Max and Ruby.
That was like one of my favorite shows, and I have that. We both have notes of what we like wrote down, and that's the first show that I kind of just remember watching was Max and Ruby. I loved that show.
It was really
so
good.
Much growing up.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was on the way of it being like it. I guess technically still was educational, but like it was more entertainment focused. Like it wasn't designed for it to necessarily be informative or like informational.
But it's still entertaining.
Like the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. Like it was always like, what is this?
Yeah.
What is this shape? How do we cross
Mouse-Catools and all that.
I didn't bring them with me, but usually I bring my Mouse-Catools.
Well, we're saving them for later.
We're saving them for later for the second episode where we only talk about Mouse-Catools.
Exactly.
But like it's Max and Ruby was just that show where it was like I just remember like Max and Ruby
and Max.
Like I loved that show so much.
It was I do remember it like watching it and everything like that, and I remember how good it was. I can't remember like the episodes and stuff like that. It's just more of like a time memory thing.
Well, that's the thing. Is like that was so long ago.
Exactly.
It's one of those things where it's definitely like I could see myself putting on an episode just to watch like now.
Exactly.
Because like just to be
old
like
time's sake.
Quite literally like for old time's sake. So that was honestly like the first episode. I just actually tapped my mic. I should preface this as well. You might be noticing that Bo and I are wearing clip-ons and there's actively mics right here. We tried our best to have these mics work and they don't. So I have clip-on mics for right now. Hopefully that'll be fixed in a future episode. So if you're confused by that, I apologize. But just to okay, well,
keep going.
But in any case, to move from that, then we move on to like growing up a little bit more, elementary school, stuff like that. I definitely, this was, I know, a big kind of debate of like, well, were you a Nickelodeon kid? Were you like Cartoon Network or anything like that? I know I was more of a Nickelodeon kid.
See, I'm more of a Disney Cartoon Network kid because on cable Disney was 31 and Cartoon Network was 32, so like they're right next to each other. I'm gonna flip back and forth between the two of them and then go to Nickelodeon after, but like I like to dabble. I like to dabble everywhere.
Do you remember generally like the show? I personally know like the shows that you do watch, but like that you did watch.
I do like I did like a lot of Disney shows. I think that was like where I skewed more, because like I used to watch like Jessie and Good Luck Charlie, Shake It Up, and all of that. Like some of my favorite like shows from when I was like in, I want to say like close to elementary, maybe early middle school, around there. Because like I grew up watching those and like it just never really stopped, kind of thing. So like I was fully in middle school watching like Jessie and being like, I'm too old for this, and it's like I'm the target audience.
See, I had a mix of stuff that was like deemed as normal, being like, you know, SpongeBob was the big one.
SpongeBob, yeah.
Looney Tunes was very close to me, which was obviously wasn't Nickelodeon, but even still, like I had like Looney Tunes on like DVD.
Oh wow! So you were watching like the old Looney Tunes?
I had a lot of DVDs when I was like DVD and Blu-ray. I did not really watch a lot of like general TV. And the reason I mention this and I have this bolded is that I had multiple seasons of The Simpsons on DVD. When I was little. I haven't even like, I don't watch The Simpsons, like I haven't watched them like literally within like since I was little.
Yeah.
But when I was little, I loved The Simpsons.
That's really funny.
I loved The Simpsons, except I hated every House of Horror episode.
I've never seen The Simpsons, so I don't know what that means.
They had every season, they would have like a Halloween episode that was like very like gory or violent or stuff like that. And me being a little kid, I was like, I'm
scared.
I don't like when Homer gets his head chopped off. So like I don't
like the Homer one.
I don't like the Homer one. I like the Bart one. Yeah, I just had like I would ask for Christmas. I'd be like, I want this season.
I want more.
I like this season like on DVD. And I had I remember being in bed. I had a little like lava. I had a little lava lamp in my room and a nightlight. And I had one of those like little like tables that you put on a bed.
Yeah.
Because I would have that, and I would put like a little like DVD player like on top of it, and I would just watch TV in my room.
Oh my god!
Like I was like it wasn't even like it was like I don't want to say like it was very old fashioned, but like you know what I mean?
Okay, it's not old fashioned. It's like early 2000s.
Yeah,
like that's what it is.
That was actually what it was like to watch TV. Where it's like nowadays, it's like obviously the culture behind that is vastly different.
Oh my god, yeah.
You know, and like it goes to even like this goes further like away from the topic, but like I didn't even have like an iPad. Like I had like a Kindle and stuff. Oh
my god, I had a Kindle too.
Yeah, I had like a Kindle. Like it's just I think just something about like it's just kind of wild, I guess, because it's like kids now, and it's like I hate to pull that card of like
iPad
these
kids,
like but like these damn kids, like I hate to pull that card, but it's also like they will not know what it is like to watch TV in the way that we had to in our youth.
Exactly. Like I remember like watching in middle school and stuff like that, like when things were coming out like weekly or like had premieres and stuff like that. I remember watching the Gravity Falls series finale on my parents' bed with their TV because my dad was downstairs watching whatever. And like I was sitting there, I was so focused on what was going on. That was my entire middle school identity.
Yeah.
And like watching that is such a surreal experience. Like I remember as soon as it was done, I was crying because it's the series finale.
Absolutely.
And my brother turns to me and is like, "Are you really crying over this?" He's 2 years younger than me at this time.
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, very clearly I am emotionally invested in this.
You're passionate about this show.
Exactly. I still am.
I vividly remember in my mom and dad's bedroom, like they had an old TV. Like a very
like a box one.
Like not like a box, like it was almost like I think it was like more advanced than that, but not advanced.
Not like flat or anything.
No. Like it was just an older TV. And my brother and I, mainly me, but my brother and I would both do it. And like before bedtime, we'd watch an episode of Full House. We would watch Full House and this is baffling, I know, but we would watch either Full House or Golden Girls. Like
that's really funny.
Like I don't know what it is. It's like because I think at the time when I was little, like it was never really anything where it was like I'd actively like sit down and watch the full thing. It was just kind of like it's cable. If it's on, I'm gonna watch it because I don't want to go to bed and I still want to watch TV.
Yeah.
And I just remember, yeah, I just like after a certain point, like cartoons stopped playing and it went into like those shows. And it would like my brother and I would watch like an episode or two, and my mom would be like, "All right, guys, it's time for bed," like before when I, actively had a normal sleep schedule.
Yeah.
Whereas now, I'm doing great.
Yeah.
It's normal actually. 3 a.m.'s fine.
It's fine.
It's fine. It's fine.
Don't worry.
Don't worry. But it was something about that where it's like half of it kind of just feels like it's not just necessarily what you're watching, but the environment around it.
It is. It
where
is.
you are, how you're watching it,
and like that's a huge like with like movie theaters. I've been going to the movies a lot more recently. Like it does make such a big difference from like watching something on your laptop while you're on your bed versus like in the theater and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like I remember whenever it came out, oh my god, like 2012 I think, watching Frozen in theaters with my grandparents.
Yeah.
And then like I think that's like the earliest time that I remember going to a theater. I know I've been before, but like that's like the first time I like really remember going. And like I think that like changed my experience and stuff like that, because like years later in high school, like I watched Frozen 2 in theaters with my friend because it was like, I watched Frozen 1 in theaters, I'm gonna see the second one also in theaters. And like it really sparked a thing of like, me and my friends used to see like Marvel movies when they came out in theaters, like 2018, somewhere around there, like when there was like a lot of stuff coming out, like it was so much fun because like it's such an environment thing of like, you go to the movies, you're with your friends, you get out and you get to talk about it with your friends, like in the parking lot and stuff like that. Like, it's fun. It's like, it's just very nice.
Yeah.
Like,
I remember it was always like, it was a treat for like, when you were talking about like going and actually physically seeing a movie. Like, I remember being little and like, that was always like a nice birthday celebration.
Yeah.
Like, especially for like, if it was like more of like a bigger milestone, like my mom would be like, all right, we're going to go to the movie tavern. Which was like,
I love the movie tavern.
That was always like, what was pardon my French, what was the movie that I watched? I distinctly remember I went to the movie tavern once, Oh, was it? I think I watched Home. Is that what it is? The purple, with the purple alien. I'm not kidding. I distinctly remember me and my childhood best friend, my mom took us to the movie tavern and we watched Home.
Oh, that's funny.
It was, now that I like think about that now, in retrospect, that's nuts. Actually,
yeah. Oh my god,
that's actually nuts.
That's so funny.
But like, I did like that movie. Like when I did watch it at the time, I think if I watched it now, You don't need to.
No,
but it'd be so funny because one thing that I have been trying to do more of, and this sounds dumb, I've been getting into TV and movies recently, all right? And it's something funny.
Yeah, it's just funny for you to, like, get into movies now.
Yeah, no,
you'd think that's a standard thing, but it's
that, and also being a senior in a major that, to a degree, reaches about, like, TV and movies.
Yeah.
But, like, I will go back and I will watch, like, old movies. Old movies that I haven't watched in a while.
Yeah.
One that I remember watching a lot when I was little was Rio, which it's
a good movie though. That's the thing. It's good.
It's a good movie.
It's good.
Like it's one of my favorite movies. I think.
Okay, that's surprising actually. Yeah.
Well,
you don't watch a ton of movies. I can't.
That and also like, to be fair, I think again it goes back to not just the film itself, but like the atmosphere of it, where I was at in my life, like what that all means and stuff. And it's like, I think just generally that moment, like as a coagulation of it all, like that's kind of what makes it for me. I just remember, and also I think one big thing about it is that the soundtrack is really good.
It's so good.
The soundtrack of Rio is really,
it's
really
so
good.
Yeah.
And I remember watching the second one. I don't remember what's in the second one, to be honest, but like I just know that it's like, I don't know. I think movies have a tendency, I think we all know, of like you know,
the sequel
effect of it being like, for the most part, there are a lot of movies in my mind that I feel like the sequel is not as good as the first. I have one exception though, and this is definitely one of my favorite movies. Kung Fu Panda 2. Kung Fu Panda, controversial take potentially. Kung Fu Panda 2 is better than Kung Fu Panda 1.
Can I be honest with you? I never, like, I don't remember watching the Kung Fu Panda movies. I know they were, like, really huge. I remember watching the TV show.
I do remember the TV show.
Because I would watch it, like, on, I think it was Nickelodeon that had it. I used to watch the TV show on Nickelodeon. Same thing with How to Train Your Dragon. I watched the TV show. I have not seen the movies, which is devastating because I know for both series, the movies are better, obviously. But, like, I have not seen them, and I want to watch them. I think we need to watch.
We can.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I'm not kidding, that opened up a section of my brain that had just piling dust in it. I watched, that was probably one of the few shows that I actually watched full of, was the Kung Fu Panda show.
Really?
I loved the Kung Fu Panda show.
It was good. It was good.
I loved it. But yeah, Kung Fu Panda 2, in my opinion, is better than the first one. I love the first one, don't get me wrong.
The second one's the one with the goose?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, no,
or
that
bird.
Peacock.
Yeah, okay.
I get what you're saying, yeah. The bird. The fowl. To me, I do think the first one is good. I want to make that abundantly clear. The second one, it felt more emotional.
Yeah.
Like, the second one, like, there is one scene that every single time when I watched it when I was little, I cried. Every time. And it's when, I don't know if you, spoilers.
Go ahead.
It's not, like, actually, because it's more in the beginning of the film. But you learn that, like, Po, like, he doesn't know where his mom is. Like, he doesn't have a mom. And it goes into, like, a memory of when his mom left him in the woods because she was being attacked. And so she left him in the basket and hid him so that whoever was attacking her couldn't find her.
Yeah.
And it just so happened that the peacock was the person killing his mom.
Oh, okay.
And every single time I watch that,
devastating.
Oh my God, it's so heart-wrenching.
Yeah.
To me, Kung Fu Panda 2 it hits home more than the first one.
I think, like, bringing back to Gravity Falls, like, I love season 1 and 2. 2 is better.
Okay.
Like, season 2 is better. But I think with both series and stuff, you can't have the second one without the first one.
Yes.
Because the first one makes the second one good. You can't just have the second movie or second season. You have to have this setup. You have to have the filler even for it to actually have impact. I think a lot of shows don't do that today. Yeah. That's a whole other topic.
No, that is very fair. That's completely fair. I get what you're saying. But moving on now to more recent, like high school to now.
High school to now. Okay.
Pretty much, I would say one movie that actually there's two big movies that I remember seeing, and one of my childhood best friends goes to SCAD, and they have a film festival there. So 2 years ago, I went down and somehow got a ticket for free, and got front row seats to The Boy and the Heron.
Such a good movie.
That was my first Studio Ghibli movie. I loved it. It was definitely, like, obviously, like, there was a lot going on. Yeah. And that's kind of the point.
Most Studio Ghibli movies, like, have a lot going on at some point. Boy and the Heron is one of my favorite, like, Studio Ghibli movies. It
was really good. And that was it was before it had even come out. And it was before they even had the English adaptation.
That's so cool.
It was mind-blowing, honestly. I saw that, and then another film that I saw before it, like, was released was The Holdovers.
Really?
Yeah, with Paul Giamatti.
Okay.
That absolutely is one of my favorite movies.
Mm-hmm.
I really like the whole Holdovers. I think that Paul Giamatti I just like his acting.
No, yeah.
Because I think afterwards, the following month when it did come out, I went to see it with my mom, and she also loves Paul Giamatti.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a really like good film.
Yeah.
Same thing of it being like there being a lot like one thing that there's I feel like there's two, for me at least, there's two different aspects of like why I would like TV or film.
Mm-hmm.
One, if it is just funny or entertaining,
Yeah.
and the other one being like if it is heart-wrenching.
Yes.
Like if it is
oh
emotional.
My gosh, yes.
Like having something like that where it's like it will genuinely leave an impact in my mind.
Yes.
Like
oh my
and
gosh.
the Holdovers did that for
Mm-hmm.
sure. Yeah, it was I love it.
I will recommend heart-wrenching TV show called Infinity Train.
Okay.
So good. It's 4 seasons. It got cut short and canceled, which sucks. But it's like 12 10-minute episodes per season. It's not hard to get through. I think it's season 3. It broke me. It is so good. Like the concept is these people get on this train that shows up and they're in some kind of like weird dimension plane kind of thing, but you're working through your problems on the train trying to escape and everything like that. It is gut-wrenching. It's so good. It deals with like trauma and like working through it and like how people are coping through this, and it's just an amazing storyline.
Mm-hmm.
It's so good. But it is gut-wrenching. I've cried so many times over that show. It's so good.
But that's also the kind of shows that I feel like, even more than just the funny or entertaining ones, I feel like the more emotional ones are the one that leave more of like a memory,
yes.
more of an impact.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
I think that's why, because we spent a bit of time beforehand writing down like TV and shows and stuff like that. And again, that's why, not to go back to it, but that's why like Kung Fu Panda 2. That's why it was so easy for me to remember. It's because it left such an impact. And another movie that I also put down, and this goes a bit more back in time, but another movie that I had put down that I joke about it with friends in very much, but genuinely when I think about it, it is beautiful. I truly do love Mr. Megorium's Wonder Emporium.
I thought you were gonna say We Bought a Zoo.
Every time they buy a zoo, I am sobbing my eyes out.
I've never seen it.
Mr. Megorium's Wonder Emporium. I need to see it again. It has been, it's been at least 8 years since I've seen it.
Yeah.
It's been a long time. The idea with Mr. Megorium's Wonder Emporium is that, like, he runs a toy store that is, like, the toys come to life, and the reason they come to life is because of happiness that, like, happens in the store.
Okay.
But then Mr. Megorium passes away, and all of the toys don't come to life anymore. Then, if I remember correctly, I believe it was this dad and his child that like stumble upon this store somehow, because I think they were going to renovate it for it to be like a general like store or something like that. And the kids saw all these like toys and stuff and was like, we can't renovate it. Like we need to buy it and like make it a store again. And it is the process of them making the toys slowly come back to life and stuff like that. Oh, that's
fun.
And it genuinely, oh my God, I was crying. I was crying so much in that movie. It's one of those things where it's like I do need to sit down and watch it again. Yeah, legitimately. But now, just for the last few minutes or so, I want to talk about like very recent to like maybe currently to like maybe what you would want to watch in the future. One big thing that I think we both can agree on is Severance. As the TV show. Good. That is something where it's like, especially since I have more of a recent fonder memory of it, if you haven't watched Severance,
you gotta watch Severance.
You have to watch it. Like, it's every time I hear news about it, of like they are, I believe they're going to start filming a third season in the summer, and their hopes is that it's going to come out like December of 2026. I think.
I'm gonna really hope.
Or actually either that or
like early 27.
I think maybe early 27. Okay. If it's later than that, I'm gonna cry.
Yeah.
But Severance is truly like one of those shows where I'm not kidding. I don't think there was an episode where my jaw didn't drop at the end.
It's every episode. It's every episode.
Single episode. And obviously I don't want to spoil like the ending or anything that. There is very little, I think, that will actually get me out of my seat, like hands on head, like shocked.
I know what you're
and that and like it, like everything about it. And I think what's more interesting for specifically like us is just being in a department that works with like film and TV. Like, not to say like, oh, we think differently, but it's like
we do.
To a degree, it's like we do study these things, and like we learn the effects of like why certain things are filmed or why certain advertising is being made and what that does to audiences. And it's like,
exactly.
It's really interesting to not just watch it at face value, but to almost
get into it.
To get into it yourself and to like truly understand like the deeper meaning of like how they filmed this specific thing and like wanting to even like recreate it. Like I've always thought of like, I'd love to do the like zoom that they do where it's like they physically move
the dolly zoom,
where they physically move the camera forward but move the zoom back, like stuff like that where it's I
love camera tricks like that,
where it's like that is just like that like even ascends beyond like the show itself. That is just like choreography, that is like cinematography, so cool. That is like sound design, lighting, and music. Like the music especially is like all of it. It's amazing.
Can I give one more recommendation?
Yeah.
I think Andor is
I have heard
such a good show. I know it's part of Star Wars. You don't need to know anything about Star Wars to get into Andor. It is such a good show. It has amazing characters. It has such a great story, and it adds to the world building of Star Wars, but in its contained self so well. Like the build up in season 2 to, I won't spoil anything, but like to season 2, episode 9, I think it is. Devastating. It is devastating, especially with like this character growth through all of these people. War's war. Like it is devastating to watch, and it is so good. It is so well made. I highly recommend it.
Absolutely. Yeah, I know that you and Connor, who's our camera person here today with us, like I've heard nothing but great things about Andor. Like honestly, if this podcast were to continue, I would, if I could, I would just talk about each individual show.
Yeah.
One day.
We can't get into all of that now.
But I do definitely, like, again, it's like the heart-wrenching, like the drama of it all. Like the impact of like, you feel like you're there. You feel like you're there witnessing it, like you like past the screen.
You are
like,
a character. You are in that.
And in the nicest, I don't care. Okay. In the nicest way possible. Like it is very parasocial, but that is the point, though. But like that is the point of like, and especially like if you are very much caring about a specific thing, it becoms very parasocial.
Exactly.
And like, it's not
entirely bad.
That's
like
the
that
thing.
Is not an entirely bad thing.
I think like when you hear the word like term like parasocial, I feel like that
it has a negative connotation.
Exactly. Like I feel like that has a negative connotation, and it mainly talks about like influencers and public figures, but like that can also be said about like TV. But again, that doesn't mean that it's bad.
Exactly.
It means that you care and that you love literally the art of what it is.
Exactly. Like very quickly then, like every time that I've watched K-pop Demon Hunters, I have cried because of how beautiful it is done. Like, solely on the, wow, this animation is amazing. The artistry that is put into this has made me cry.
Yeah.
Like, that is what I love about TV and movies.
Absolutely. I will say one last thing that I actually have a recommendation for you.
Oh, okay.
I implore you to watch Heated Rivalry.
I will. I am going to.
That is like very, very recent. Oh, you're not gonna watch it?
No, I am.
Oh, okay.
I am.
That I definitely like. That's especially very recent. Like, I watched it during winter break and stuff. I do want to make it very clear that I know it has very mixed emotions, especially the first episode.
There's a lot of sexual content.
There's a lot of sexual content, but, and I'm not going to specify why, of like what I mean when I say this, there is less of it the more you watch of the show.
Okay.
And I cannot tell you why, but I know for a fact, because you know who did like bring it up to me, and it's actually changed my mind. Gwen.
Yeah.
When I watched it with her.
Oh, wow, okay.
Like, it genuinely, because like she's like, you notice this? And I'm like, that's actually crazy.
Yeah.
There is reasons behind it and stuff. And the more you watch it, it is a thing of like, okay, the first episode, like, you're not very invested necessarily with any show on the first episode.
It's the pilot.
It has to be a thing of like, you need to get yourself to watch it more because you will be more invested.
Yeah.
Like, that is my recommendation to you.
I'm much appreciated.
Now, I think just one last thing. Like, what is a show that you like in your bucket list that you want to watch for the future? Because I have one that I'll give. I have two really, but
I don't know. I think House of the Dragon is something I'm gonna start watching soon. Gwen and I have been watching Night of the Seven Kingdoms. Also highly recommend.
Okay.
It's so good. It's a fantasy comedy. Didn't know that could be a genre. I need so much more of it now.
That's actually kind of crazy.
No, I know. It throws you off so much, but it's so good. And like, I've never watched House of the Dragon or Game of Thrones, but I really like Night of the Seven Kingdoms, so I know that I'm going to like at least House of the Dragon, and then I'll get to Game of Thrones.
Gotcha. For me, and I've actually started watching a little bit of it, and we're hanging out later after this. I'm going to tell Luke later this. I've been watching Attack on Titan.
Really?
Yeah. I watched the first 3 episodes. Connor's here with us. You have Connor to thank for that. I will say, personally, the first episode, it kind of put me off guard. It
will do that.
at the beginning. But we then watched a few more episodes, and that's when I got really invested, because I won't go into a lot of detail, but like with the first episode, like, I don't think you expect so much to happen, and when you do, it's like, it almost like sets you up to think like, is every episode going to be like that? And it's not. Like, there's definitely not every episode is as like
intense,
jarring, as the first episode. But I know that there's still many more moments to come from that. And that is a thing of, it's also my first anime that I've ever watched.
That's why I'm so surprised.
Yeah, so
good for you.
I'm very excited to see how the rest of it goes.
JJK next.
If there's time in the day. I guess. But I think that'll do it here for the first episode. Bo, thank you so much for being here with me.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. Maybe I'll have you on again. Who knows?
Who knows?
But thank you guys for watching the first episode of Trip Down Memory Lane. Hopefully this gives you some insight on just TV and shows and movies in general, and hopefully you'll go out and you'll watch some of this stuff if you haven't already. Or if you have, hopefully it brought you back to a simpler time, let's say. But that'll do it here for us. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.